Hey gang, so exciting day today. I'm going to be unveiling my new two-wheeled vehicle. Yes, I've got something new, and you know what? I've gone electric. So let me turn around and show you what it is. So what we've got here is the Hiboy Max Pro electric scooter. And I know what you're thinking. Craig, this isn't a motorcycle. This is a motorcycle channel. What are you doing? Well, when they contacted me to do a review on this product, I thought, why not have some fun? I mean, we love two-wheeled vehicles, right? At least I do, right? So this scooter fits the bill. And also I thought, look, it's Christmas coming up and people are going to be looking for presents for their kids, or I have a lot of friends now who are getting into RVing, and this could be a cool way to get around a campsite. Not to mention if you're in the city and you need a way to move around, a little urban mobility, this could be just the ticket. So let's gear up, take it for a ride. So no, I am not really that big of a safety geek to wear my motorcycle helmet while traveling down the sidewalk with a scooter. But I have to tell you that it does get up and go pretty good. So if you have any balance issues or coordination issues, you probably should be careful with getting on something like this. So while we're cruising down the street, let's go over some of the specifications of this Max Pro scooter. First of all, it weighs in at just under 52 pounds. So while you can carry this thing around, and I'll show you how you do that in a bit, it's not a lightweight scooter. Now also it has a maximum load capacity of 265 pounds. And while that will be enough for most of us, I go 215, for example, so I can't expect to get the same top speeds that somebody that weighed 150 or 160 pounds might get. Also, I'm not going to get the same kind of battery life. Now, according to Hiboy, if you weigh 165 pounds, it is 77 degrees outside, and you're running on level ground, well, you should get about 46 miles out of a charge. And the maximum speed is about 22 miles an hour. The battery provides 48 volts of DC power, and it's rated at 14.5 amp hours. Hiboy says you should be able to charge this battery to full status in about 8 or 9 hours. When I got the scooter, it already had some charge in the battery, and it took me about 3 hours to bring it up to full. Another important thing to know about the battery is that it does come with a form of battery management system, or what Hiboy calls a smart battery protection and safety certification. This kind of battery management system is really important to keep these lithium batteries from overcharging and overheating. The Max Pro scooter comes with 11-inch tires front and rear, and while the provided manual didn't have any PSI specifications, I looked on the tire and found that they will both front and rear handle 35 pounds. So I filled it up to 32 before I decided to jump on. And the motor that powers this Max Pro scooter, well, it's rated at 500 watts with a max output of 650 watts. So it will get you going pretty good. While I never got the 22 miles per hour that they claim, I did get it up to 20 and 21 miles on a slight decline. But remember, I'm a little heavy for this scooter at 215 pounds. Now, one thing I thought was a little funny, they have an age rating for this scooter between 15 and 50 years old. So here they sent it to this 65-year-old guy for testing. And according to them, I shouldn't even be on it. I rode up to this sports and recreation complex, basically a set of soccer fields, because they have a gravel loop, a dirt and gravel loop that goes around the complex. And I thought it would be interesting to take this little scooter on that path to see how it did. Because as I said in the intro to this video, this might be a good item to carry while you're camping in your RV to get around the campgrounds. Now overall, the scooter did quite well going around this dirt and gravel road. Now, of course, I wasn't going as fast as I could out on the asphalt sidewalk. I wasn't expecting that, but the scooter did very well. I mean, I was able to get up to, around 13 or 14 miles an hour on this path, which again is plenty for traveling on that kind of surface. As I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm out here today riding this Hiboy Max Pro scooter. And as I said again, I got this because I thought it would be fun to do. So I came up here about, 2 miles from my house. There's a soccer complex. So I rode up the street. There's all a sidewalk on the way up here, and then there's a nice trail about 1 mile in length around here. It's kind of a gravel road, and I wanted to see how this scooter did on that gravel. So if you did want to take it camping and said use it in a campground, I wanted to see how it would work. And it handled it pretty well. I mean, you're not going to go super fast or anything like that. At least you probably shouldn't on those gravel roads. But the scooter handled it, again, just fine. All right, so let's ride it around a little bit more, and then we'll head back to the house, and again, we can talk some more details. On the way back home, I took a slightly different route to include a fairly steep hill. And while the scooter got my heavy butt up that hill, we weren't going very fast. At one point, I actually had to stick my foot down and give it a little help. All right, so here we are back from my little ride up the street to that recreation complex. And I have to say, this is a lot of fun, just like I was hoping that it would be. Now, a few other features that this Max Pro scooter has. It does have front and rear suspension on it. And it does help a bit. It helps to soften those bumps up. But I tell you, riding one of these things, your legs are still going to be your primary mode of suspension. Now also, as I mentioned, this thing is foldable. So let's come in here closer and I'll show you how that works. So to fold this unit down, you pull this lever out. There's a release latch on the other side. You pull this out, and then your steering column folds down, and then you lift this little thing up, and there's a hook on the steering column, and then you can lift it up and carry it. And of course, you just reverse all that process to raise the steering column back up again. It's a little stiff, so you kind of have to push it a bit. This scooter from Hiboy does come with a nice little electronics package on it. As you can see, you have a digital readout of your miles per hour, how your battery is doing, and when you are actually riding, the power that you're using comes up across the top. There are 3 modes that you can choose to ride the scooter in. One is Eco. Hit the button twice, you got Drive, a little more power, or Sport mode. Now, I chose to ride in sport mode pretty much all the time because, as I said in my video, I figured with my extra weight, we needed all the power we could get. Now, also, you have a nice set of lights that comes with this bike. You just hit this once and it turns that lighting system on, or hit it again once and it turns it off. As you can see, there's a light in front, a tail light, and then these cool lights on the side. Now, there actually is cruise control that comes with this unit as well. You hit this 3 times and your cruise control comes on. But I have to be honest, I played around with this while I was out riding and I couldn't really get it to work. I could get this obviously to come on, but then I could never get it to set. So there's something that's missing in the instructions, or I just can't figure out. So I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't know if we need cruise control on something like this, but we do have it if you can get it to work. Now, operation of the scooter is pretty simple. You have your hand grips here, right? Your brake levers here, and then, of course, your throttle over here that you operate with your thumb. And the Max Pro scooter also comes with a little bell.